Last year, we generated over 40% of our revenue on our e-commerce store just by sending emails to customers. That meant we didn't have to use Facebook ads or Google ads or Instagram ads to get sales. So in today's video, I wanted to take you through a step-by-step guide for beginners on how to set up email marketing for your store so you can generate sales without needing ads. My name's Brendan Gillen and I've been in e-commerce for over 15 years. I now run my own 7-figure Shopify business. I'm a Shopify partner and an e-commerce coach. And my mission is to help e-commerce entrepreneurs start, scale, and grow their e-commerce businesses using the tips and tricks and experiences that I've had running my own e-commerce businesses. Now, email marketing is still exceptionally important. A lot of people think that it's spam, but that's not entirely the case. We actually find that over 50% of our customers are still opening our emails every single time they receive them. So it's definitely not spam, and it's definitely something that you should be doing on your e-commerce store. In fact, it forms part of the traffic trifecta system that we recommend when scaling e-commerce stores. We need to make sure we've got traffic coming from our paid ads. We need to make sure we've got traffic coming from all our organic sources. And we also need to make sure we've got a good, strong amount of traffic coming from our email marketing. Email marketing is a great tool because it's a great way to stay in touch with our customers. It's a great way to make sure our brand is in front of them at all times. And it's also a great way to have conversations with them, launch products, tell them about offers that we might have, and really engage with them so that they keep coming back to us instead of going to our competitors. And the other main benefit is that we don't have to pay for ads to get customers to our store. Now, it's really important that we choose the right tool for the right job when it comes to email marketing. There's a lot of tools out there that can send emails. There's ones like MailChimp, an Active Campaign, and they're really good at sending emails, but they're not specifically focused on e-commerce. So we always choose Klaviyo when we want to set up an e-commerce store and generate revenue through email marketing. Klaviyo is fantastic because it was built with e-commerce in mind. It integrates really tightly within our platforms such as Shopify and WooCommerce. It tracks all the behaviors that people do on the store, such as adding products to the cart, getting to the checkout, signing up, which means that we can create automated emails and triggers from the actions that people do on our e-commerce store. If we compare that to some of the other email platforms, they're not as tightly integrated into e-commerce, but they're great at sending newsletters. So we want to make sure that we choose the right tool that is designed for the purpose, and that purpose for us is to generate revenue. Now, if you haven't signed up to Klaviyo, I have provided a link down below, and it's a free account for up to 500 subscribers. So if you click that link and set up an account, we can do this tutorial together. I've got this demo store here called EcoHut, and I'm going to go through the exact steps that you need to set up your Klaviyo account so you can follow along with me directly. All right, so log into your Shopify store. And what we're going to do is we're going to click apps, and we're going to go through to apps and sales channel settings, and then we're going to click Shopify App Store. I want you to type in Klaviyo. Now, a lot of people call it Klaviyo. I like to call it Klaviyo. I spoke to the guys at Klaviyo a while back, and they recommend saying Klaviyo. And click the one here with the icon. That brings you straight here. We click Add App, and we want to install the app. Now, if you don't have an account, that's okay. We can go down the bottom and click Let's Get Started. And we put in our details. I'm definitely not a robot. Now you're gonna see it connecting into Shopify. And it's gonna ask whether or not we need to sync our data between Klaviyo and Shopify. And we certainly do. We'll just have a quick look at sync settings. We wanna sync basically everything that we can. So at this stage, we want to fill in our business details. Now, if you're just starting your Shopify journey or your e-commerce journey, you may not have an address, so you can put your home address in here, but obviously if you have a business address, we're going to put that in here now. Now, this next step is really important. We do want to have a sender name, but we want the sender email address to be our customer service email address. And the reason this is important is sometimes people are going to reply to these emails and we want to make sure they go somewhere. What a lot of people actually do here is they do like a no reply at yourbrand.com, which isn't really good because we want people to have conversations with us. So in here, you should put your customer support email address. Now we want to use Klaviyo to not only send emails, but there is now an option to send SMS. So make sure we choose both here. Now it's just sent me an email that I need to verify, and now that is all verified. Cool, so now we're gonna go through the setup steps. We've already connected to Shopify, that's great. Now we wanna turn on website tracking. Now this is really important. The reason we want website tracking is when a customer hits our site, Klaviyo can actually track that customer's behavior. It tracks when they go in the store, it tracks what they do, and it means that we can understand how the customers interact with our store, and we can send them messages based on their behavior. We can also make sure that we're not sending them a pop-up if they've already signed up, so that they don't get annoyed by pop-ups on our store. So let's go through this tracking setup now. So now we click View Your Shopify App Embed Settings. Now the cool thing about the way Klaviyo is set up now and the new version of Shopify is that it's really, really easy to install. We used to have to put code and everything in here now, but Shopify and Klaviyo are so tightly integrated that this setup is super quick and super easy. So we just follow the steps. So what's happened now is that Klaviyo has directed us to go into the Shopify theme that we're using. We want to make sure that we're using the live theme and we're going into app embeds. Now we need to make sure this is turned on, okay? Then we click save. Now, if you've set up a Klaviyo account not using the app, we can also still do this, right? So we'll go back to our Shopify store, we'll go to our theme, we'll click customize, and then on the left-hand side here, you're going to see a section called app embeds. We click that one, and then we can make sure that we turn it on here, okay? Let's get back to Klaviyo. Once we've done that, we can click return to Klaviyo dashboard, and then we just click playbooks up here on the left. Now it's asking us whether we want to import our contacts. Now, if we're using another email provider such as MailChimp or ActiveCampaign, we can definitely do this here. All we need to do is click import, and it's going to take you through the process of how to import. What you'll need to do is export the email addresses out of your other email platform and then import them into here. Once you've done that, we now need to set up the look and feel of our emails. So we're going to click build brand library. Now in here, what we can actually do is upload our logos. We can add links to our headers, so we can do our menu links. So we might do something like candles, and we would link those to the candle page. I'll just do this for now. We add another link, might be soap, and then we'd link them to the collection for those products. What that's going to do is put menu items in the top of all your emails, so you don't need to add these in every time you create a new email. All right, we'll click update brand to save that, and then let's go to fonts. Now in here, we can choose different fonts for our brands. Your brand might have its own font or style, and we just go through here and we can choose the type of font that we want, okay? So you can use either Google fonts, you can use Adobe fonts, or you can even import your own font. Let's go back to playbooks and see where we're at. And now we're at the step where we need to invite our team. So if you've got a team, you can invite them here. I'm just gonna skip this for now. So let's go through the setup of SMS. We'll click confirm. We'll choose which country that we're sending to. We're just gonna do Australia for this one, but obviously in your region, you choose yours. Next. And this is where we can put the brand of who we're sending from. And here we're just called EcoHut. Let's go next. And now it's asking us to create a way to capture people onto this list. We're gonna do that in a second. So we'll just click done on this. All right, so now we need to just update our terms of service so that we are compliant with the laws in our region. So let's click update. And we're going to create a mobile terms of service. Click next, and in here we'll put our support email. These are the type of messages we're going to send. Click next. We'll link to our privacy policy on our site. And then we click next. Awesome. And then we'll just click host for me here. So there's two things you can do here. You can either have Klaviyo host it, or you can add it to your existing terms of service on your store. Click that. And then we click publish. Awesome, so now you should be compliant based on the terms of service that Klaviyo has given you. Obviously, if in your region you need some nuances, make sure you review the terms of service so they match your legal requirements. Let's go back to the playbook. So now they want us to create a sign-up form. Sign-up forms are needed so that we can capture people's email addresses, and these can be in the form of pop-ups, they can be in the form of landing pages, but they're just a way that we can grab people's email addresses and phone numbers. So let's set one up now. Click create. And now there's a whole heap of predefined ones here that you can use. They all look really, really good. So you can see they're all different styling. So what you'll want to do is go through here and find one that looks as close to your branding as possible. And then we're going to choose that one and we're going to go in and edit it. All right, let's see which one I like. So I'm just going to grab this one here. This is a multi-step email and SMS, and it can be really heavily customized. So let's click that. Let's call this one sign up pop-up. Okay. And we're going to choose where we want the people that sign up to this list to go to. So we're just going to choose newsletter, and SMS is going to go to SMS subscribers. Okay, great form. All right, so I'll take you through how to use the pop-up builder. It's super simple. Basically, you click into the area that you want to change, and you can basically change the text. So for this one, they're going to be sending out a coupon code, which is limited time 10% off. So we can go through and basically fill all this out as we need. So we'd go in here, and let's just say we want to make this 15% off. We could change that there. We can also go in and upload a different image. So we can click that image, we could click replace. Let's see if we don't have any images in here, but we'll just go through and we could upload an image directly here. They've made this really easy to use, so you don't need any sort of technical expertise to do it. All right, so the way this works is once we've decided it, we can go through these steps up the top. So the first one is called the teaser. Now the teaser is a little thing that pops out on your store that allows the pop-up to come up. So you can either have it as a rectangle, we can see here, you can have it as a circle, or we can have it as a corner. Really, really cool. And then when they click that teaser, it's now going to bring the pop-up up, just like this. Once the person's filled out the pop-up, they're going to be taken to a second stage, and that's the SMS opt-in. And that's what this one is here. So now we're going to be capturing their email address and their SMS. So once the SMS is sorted, we could add another step in here if we'd like to. So if we click, we could do things like grabbing someone's birthday. We click add step, and it gives an option to add, say, a birthday in there. This is great if you want to send like happy birthday emails. For this one, I'm just going to keep it simple and I'm going to delete it. And then at the end, we're going to see the success, all right, which is thanks for signing up. Super simple, super easy to get your pop-ups set up. Now, one of the things that we need to make sure we do here is give the person the discount code. So in order to do that, we're going to go back into Shopify, create the discount code, and then paste it directly into here. So we're going to Shopify, click discounts, create discount, and we're going to click amount off order. Now we chose this to be 15%. Now we're going to give this discount code a name, and we're going to call it get 15 off. Now I recommend you doing something a little bit more unique, but this is just for the demo. Go back to Klaviyo, and then what we can actually do is we can click add block, drag a text block in here, and we can type in the code. Okay. Now you can style this any way you like and make this code stand out. Just make sure you put the code in there so people know where to get the 15% off. Then we click publish. And now it says your sign up form has been published and will appear on your website. Now the cool thing about Klaviyo and Shopify working together is this is just going to work straight away. So let's see what it looks like. And there it is on my store, limited time, 15% off. Now let's go back to the playbook. We click exit. We click playbooks. And so now Klaviyo is suggesting that we ask for SMS subscribers at our checkouts. Let's click add SMS field and just click next. And so what we need to do is turn this on with inside Shopify. Let's click open Shopify settings and we scroll down to marketing options and we choose SMS. Okay. Then we click save. Let's go back to the playbook. That's done. Next. Done. Fabulous. All right. So now we go back to the playbook. Now what we're going to do is create a welcome email flow. One of the powerful things about Klaviyo is automations and creating flows. So we're going to go through the steps here to create a welcome flow. And what this is the email that the customers get when they actually sign up to your list. So when they fill out that form or when they subscribe on Shopify. Let's click create. Now Klaviyo gives us a whole heap of templates that we can use here, so we don't need to build things from scratch. So they're giving us this welcome series standard. So let's choose this one. We can see that the trigger is newsletter. Now what I mean by trigger is these automations only work when a trigger is set. So this trigger basically says that when someone joins the list newsletter, which was the list that we had for that form, they're going to get this series of emails. So this is the trigger we're going to use. Let's click create flow. And then it's already preset the flow for you. So all we need to do is click into each single one and design the emails that we want it to be. So we click the email and we click edit, and it's going to take us to this really easy to use drag and drop editor. So what we can do here is use out this drag and drop editor to go around and edit this email so you can make it look at exactly the way you want it to look. Once you're happy with this design, here's a little quick trick. You can click up here and you can choose the design of the other emails. Now what you can see is Klaviyo has given us a couple of predefined emails. Now a great welcome series has the first email saying thank you for subscribing. The second email shows them where else they can connect with you. So things like your social media, your website, places like that. The third one, we often show proof. So things such as user generated content, reviews, or testimonials. And then the fourth one, I like to put products in there. So I want you to think about the journey that your customer is going to go on when they sign up to your list. A thank you email, a where to connect with us email, a social proof email, and then your products. And when you're happy with that, we just click update action statuses and we set it all live. Now let's go back to the playbook. So we'll say we finished that. So now you've created your welcome flow, it's asking us to create an SMS welcome flow. We won't do this for now because we're just going to be sending emails as our welcome flow. So let's click skip for now. Now the next flow they're telling us to do is the abandoned cart flow. The abandoned cart flow is absolutely one of my favorite flows. Basically the way it works is if someone signs up to your email list and they browse your site, they get to the checkout but they don't buy, we can actually remind them that they have an item in the cart with us, and that's called an abandoned cart. So it's a great way to get customers back who are almost about to purchase from us and they might have got distracted, they might not have had their credit card on them, and we can remind them that their item is there ready to be purchased. So let's go through and set one up now. Same as before, Klaviyo gives us a default abandoned cart reminder. So let's use that one. The trigger here is a little bit different. So we can see that when someone has started the checkout, and this is one of those events that we track on Shopify with the Klaviyo integration, Klaviyo knows when someone started a checkout and it triggers this flow. It says wait 4 hours. If we've got SMS up and running, we might send an SMS. If we don't, we're just going to send them an email about their order. So let's go through and do this now. Create flow, and it's the exact same process as the welcome series. The only difference here is we've got this wait time. And what that basically means is that when this event happens of checkout started, Klaviyo is going to wait 4 hours until it sends the first email or the SMS. Now, I think 4 hours is a little bit too long. We've actually been doing 30 minutes. And that means that someone gets the email 30 minutes after they abandon the cart. And we find that gets us the best chance of recovering that cart. So to change that, we just click here and we change this to minutes. We change that to 30 and we click save. Now, as per the welcome flow, we just go through and design all these emails and SMSs up. Let's get back to the playbook. And then another flow that we recommend is called the browse abandonment flow. This again leverages the events that we're tracking. And what it does now is if someone's browsing a product and they don't buy, they don't get to the checkout, we can actually send them another email based on the products that they're browsing. So let's have a look at that. Now this trigger is slightly different. It says when someone has viewed a product, wait 2 hours and then send them either an SMS or an email. So let's create this flow. Same thing as before, we've got the wait time. 2 hours is fine for this one. I've got a conditional split, whether it's SMS or email, and we can just go straight in and edit the email. Now, what's interesting about these emails, both the abandoned cart and the abandoned browse, is it actually uses dynamic code. And what the dynamic code does is it pulls the product in that they were looking at. So if we click in here and click edit email, the drag and drop edit is going to look slightly different. We can see that it has this piece of code here. Now, what that means is if I look at one product and you look at a different product, these emails are going to show the products that we look at personally and not any random product. This is a really powerful feature of how Shopify and Klaviyo integrate. Now, once you're happy with browse abandonments, we get back to the playbook. Now your setup is complete. Okay, so we'll click go to home. So now you've got a pop-up on your store, you've got a welcome flow, you've got a cart abandon flow, and you've got a browse abandon series. So you've got all your automation set up, which is awesome. But there's another feature of Klaviyo that we can really use, and that is called campaigns. So over in Klaviyo, you're going to see this section here, campaigns. Now, why this is really cool is we can send outbound emails to our customers, things like newsletters, product launches, blogs, information, just ways that we can communicate to them. Now, the way we do that is we choose a list or a segment that we want to send to, and this is another powerful feature that Klaviyo has. Now, the difference between lists and segments is a list of customers that have come into your world, so they've signed up to the newsletter as an example. Whereas a segment is a group of customers that meet certain criteria. So let's have a look at what Klaviyo has done by default for us. We've got the newsletter list. This is the one where they come in from Shopify or the pop-up form. And we have something here which is called the engaged 90 days. And if we click here, there's a definition. And what this definition says is this customer is in the newsletter list. However, they meet certain conditions. They've had to have opened the email at least once in the last 90 days, or clicked an email at least once in 90 days, or was in the newsletter and added in the last 45 days. Now, the reason segments are super important is it means that we can create really personalized emails to people who are either highly engaged, only looking at certain products, based on any type of criteria that we give. Because if we're always sending to everyone, we're going to really hurt our list and we're going to hurt our sender reputation. So we want to make sure that we're sending emails to people that want to receive it. And in this example, this is people that are opening emails, clicking emails, or have signed up. So that's a great one. Other default segments that are here are things like VIP customers. If we have a look at this one, this only brings in people that have placed an order at least 5 times over all time, and they're not unsubscribed for marketing emails. And then another one here, which is really cool, is our win-back opportunities. Win-back means how do we get customers back that have shopped from us before, and we want to get them to shop with us again. So people that fall into this segment, we can see they have placed an order at least once over all time, which means they have ordered with us, but they haven't placed an order at least once in the last 180 days, and they're not unsubscribed from email marketing. So you can imagine this list, we could send them an email with maybe a small offer or incentive to get back to shop from us. Now, I hope you found this tutorial simple, easy to use, and easy to follow along. Make sure that you follow the playbook step by step to set it up. And the things we need to set up are a sign up form, we need to set a welcome email up, we need to add the coupon code in there, cart abandonment flow, browse abandonment flow, and make sure we set up our segments. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like and comment down below what you loved, and if you want me to teach you other things, whether it be Klaviyo or Shopify.